Prophecy is like a business plan, directed by the prophets, directed by God's hand in the will of each individual toward a greater plan. I want to talk about Revelation of Jesus Christ, which I read as a business plan, and it marks something that is now possible in our society today. The mark of the beast and the image of the beast, right? This is what I see the mark of the beast as. Basically, it's a designation in society. You know, you're with God or you're with the beast. It's funny because both of those, to me, are similar. You know, like the God within us as the beast, and yet we're not perfected. So there's still another level, right? And the beast is like the churning zone for those that will be chosen by God, but still have some work to do, including me. So the mark of the beast is interesting because it is a centralized AI cryptocurrency or currency, whether, you know, it's not going to be a dollar bill. I don't think. I think that the AI is going to kick in for the cryptocurrency. And there'll be a new way of distributing money to individuals that won't be based on work, exactly, because work is losing its meaning in an AI age where everything's becoming autonomous, right? You get rewarded for being yourself. I mean, I know that's a crazy idea, but that's the whole gist of everything is that your actions that align with your internal sense of self is rewarded economically by an AI system that recognizes that you are acting in congruence with your personal mission based on certain levels and markers that each level has that could detect where you're at in your evolution process of soul integration, which thus would make the world a better place. Now I want to talk about Christ, right? And how that ties into soul integration. Basically, you know, like when you awaken, it's because you recognize the soul within, which is not just the soul within, it's the soul in the world. And how does this apply to business? Well, the more aligned with your purpose that you are, the more likely you're going to find yourself in scalable energy currents. When I say scalable energy currents, I mean situations that emphasize your greater purpose and thus has a synergy, because if you're acting toward your greater purpose, your internal drive is increased. You know, like you're more likely to be attracted to the ideas and flows of your internal clock mechanism, or, you know, internal calling, or, you know, internal voice, or the Christ within, the God within. You know, like this is a requirement for a society that basically get along with each other and like be at their best. Like, to build the best society that you can, everybody's got to awaken to their self nature at a deeper level, and most people avoid it with the happenings of daily life, the shields of daily life. Yeah, so, I mean, that's the goal of the Scarlet Beast, is to rewrite the narrative of what is being said in the Christian religion so that such self-knowing becomes more prominent in society and thus becomes contagious to the point where it gains momentum and finally makes a difference. We're at an extremely turbulent changing point in society today, with the wars going on, with the growth in technology, with the mindsets of everyone coming closer thanks to the internet, and like, this is a very catalytic time in eternity, and there's going to be people who know how to ride that wave, and then there's going to be people who fall behind in that wave, and God bless their souls that, you know, they find the strength to stand back up after they fall down and shine their own personal light no matter where they're at in their stage of life. And that's the message of the Scarlet Beast. That's the message of Christianity, to tell you the truth. Which most people don't get because they didn't really look at the Bible the right way. And there is like this stigmatic, like, knowing of the Bible that's very literal and masculine, and takes out the feminine root of things, and you know, like, forgets the duality of nature. By the way, the Tao Te Ching, great article. You should definitely check that out. But yeah, like, you know, like, it's the Zen within, it's the Tao within, it's the enlightenment within, it's the Christ within, it's whatever what you want to call it. But as long as you got the message, you're good. That's what Scarlet Beast is soul integration to bring you to your best purpose, which then helps in what you do. That process is a very transformative process. It is turbulent. It goes like this, right? You're doing good in life. You realize life don't make sense. You find answers. You start losing things, but you find answers. And then you come back up from the eye of the needle that you passed through, entering the kingdom of heaven, and you come stronger, like a lot stronger. You know, like, you're yourself now. You understand the mysteries of what was holding you back in the first place, and you have the ability to shine a light that's even brighter than you've ever shined in your life, which is your own internal light. Scarlet Beast. ScarletBeast.com.